Once you have your dues notices mailed out, it will be time to start receiving payments from your members. To enter your payments, first go to Financial and select Member Payments from the drop-down menu. That brings you to this screen. On the right, you'll see the member drop-down list. Click on the list and select the member whose payment you want to record. Now, click the Find button next to the menu. Be sure to click the Find button every time you select a new member, or you may accidentally credit the wrong member with the payment. Now you'll see the member's payment records. This screen is divided into two sections. The top section shows you the arrears and dues owed by the member, with the total amount due displayed here. This is also where you enter new payments. The bottom section shows you the entire payment history for that member. Let's go ahead and enter a payment for this member. Put in the date of the payment, then the amount. Select the type, either cash or check right now. Then select the category. Right now the only category is dues. You will have to create another income category to record other types of payments, such as donations. We'll cover how to do this in depth in the Budget Functions screencast. If the payment is made by check, we recommend recording the check number in the comments section. Now click Post. You'll see a green bar confirming the payment posted and a corresponding entry in the payment history. That's the basics of entering a dues payment. However, there are a few other things we need to cover, like what to do if you enter a payment incorrectly. If you select a member but forget to click the Find button, you will not go to the new member record. Instead, you will incorrectly credit the last member with the payment. Now the member shows overpayment. In the event this happens, you'll need to void the transaction. For auditing purposes, you cannot delete the transaction. Instead, you enter an exact duplicate of the incorrect transaction, except in the negative amount. So, if the incorrect transaction was made on November 1st, 2008 for $70 by check for dues on check number 123, we will enter another payment for November 1st, 2008 for minus $70, use a minus sign, not parentheses, by check in the dues category. In comments, enter that you are voiding the transaction for check number 123. Now click Post. You'll be able to see the incorrect transaction and the voiding transaction, and the total outstanding field will change to reflect the member's current balance. Another common scenario is the partial payment. Say you have a member who owes arrears for the previous period and dues for this period, but he can only afford to pay the arrears. The payment will be credited to the oldest amount due. You'll enter his payment normally using the usual dues category. You'll see his arrears are now gone. The dues are still there, and the total outstanding has changed to reflect the payment. The last situation we'll cover in this screencast is the multiple payment. This is when a member uses one check to make a payment in two different categories. This is when a member uses one check to make a payment in two or more different categories. For example, he gives you a $100 check, $70 for dues, and $30 for the lodge building fund. First, you'll have to create a corresponding income category on the budget. To do this, go to Financial on the MORI menu and select Budget. That brings you to this screen. Under Income Categories, you'll see three columns. Enter the name of the income category you want to create in the empty field under Description. Now, enter 0 into the Amount column, unless you have formalized the amount you expect to receive in that category. In that case, enter that amount. Now, scroll to the bottom and click the Update button at the bottom of the form. We'll cover the budget screen more in depth in the Budget Functions screencast. These instructions are just meant to allow you to receive non-dues payments. After you click Update, go back to the Member Payment screen. Select the member again. Don't forget to click Find. Now, enter the itemized payment. Let's do the dues portion first. Enter the date, the amount, which will only be the portion of the check that is for dues, in this case $70. Select Check in the Type column, Dues in the Category column, and record the check number in the comments. You don't have to post yet. Let's enter the donation portion of the payment first. Put in the date, the amount, $30 in this case, select Check again, and select the new category you just created on the budget screen. Record the check number again in the comments section. Now click Post. You'll see the payments recorded in the member's payment history and the appropriate change in the total outstanding field. That's how to record payments. We'll cover the budget functions more in depth in our next screencast.